Go. Hi, everybody. Okay, so I am here live to share with you how I do my balance scheduling process. I already kind of prepped it a little bit so that it wouldn't take quite as long, but essentially what I've got here is my weekly calendar. I've highlighted the different sections where things don't move. So on the top in blue and on the bottom in blue, I've got drop-offs and pickups for the kids. I've got this hour from 4 to 5 of like downtime where I get to make a transition from work to home mindset, and I can kind of take care of little things that I need to do before I go get the kids to get set up for the evening. The pink, I have highlighted the available working hours for my therapy practice. And then in the purple, I've highlighted the ideal hours for my coaching business, generally speaking. The other thing I've already done is I've cut up my little squares. So each of these squares represents a working block. Each of these represents a specific client. I use numbers. Usually I use initials, but for the sake of confidentiality, I've used numbers. But each one of these actually corresponds to a particular client, and I'm going to be placing them where I would like the clients to be. For most people, that's going to be where they already are. But for some clients, like for instance this one, it may actually be where I want them to be next. So I'm going to plug some of these in right here really quick so you can get kind of idea. Now I have these half ones are for my every other weekers, and they line up as like so. Right now I've got kind of this thing going on. Actually and this is what I love about the stickies. So these are full back stickies, and they are able to be moved. And actually what I'm gonna do is this, that, and that. That's actually where I want them to be. And so forth. So my full week client, right now I only have one weekly client. I just had a couple people drop down and to every other week that used to be weekly, but they are no longer. So I'm just gonna stick these in here. Oh, that one's not coming up. And why don't I have enough of these? Oh, that's why. So I put some stuff in the wrong place. That goes there. This one goes, yeah, there. And then I have a few monthly clients, and those are like my little quarters. So I've got one there. Oh yeah, that's why. Got one there. Couple there. So this is kind of how it lines up. So this, not only does this give me a sense of like where I see clients, but it also tells me that like my caseload is actually in a good place. And if I have a blank spot, like for instance, if I wanted to bring on another every other week client and maybe make this a floater, maybe that would be a good spot for them. And maybe they can kind of once a month just plug in there. Maybe I can leave them. Maybe I can stick them somewhere else. I don't know. So that'll be something I have to figure out. So I'll stick them off to the side. That might not be an option right now. So maybe I don't have room for another client until I drop somebody off. The next thing I'm going to do is put in, I know, some other stuff that I do, and that is my exercise. So green is going to be my workout spots, and I go to 4 classes a week. So I'm going to stick those into where I do my workouts currently. And again, if they change, I've got some other options. If I want to adjust them, I can. But you're kind of getting the idea here that I'm blocking it out based on when I want to do my work. Now I need some admin time. I'm usually doing some here. I'm usually doing another half-hour block here. Another one here. So that's my admin time. Chances are I'm going to be doing some admin time over here, somewhere for my therapy practice, and then also somewhere in this general vicinity. I might have to cut those down to half-hour blocks. My coaching practice, I just cut these up so that they're in blocks so that I honor the fact that I need breaks in my day. So those might be like coaching meetings, consultations, that might be all kinds of other stuff like that, but that gives me some breaks, some admin time for my coaching business. And I have them color coded so I can move them around, see where I want to put them. I always do a little bit of admin on Wednesday for my coaching practice. My son has occupational therapy every week at 4:30, so that's going to be for his occupational therapy. Yeah. So right now that's kind of what it looks like. This is my current schedule. I'm going to do some adjusting as I really dig into this. What I really like about these sticky note pads is that I can move stuff around. So if I'm thinking like, how am I going to fit these clients in, or if this client needs to move, where can I move them? I can literally move things around and adjust them as I go and see what's going to work. And then I can work toward getting to that schedule. That also allows me to make small adjustments without having to redo the entire thing every single time there's a small change. Now, if there's big changes, then I'll redo the whole thing. And I can kind of see what works, make adjustments as I go and say, oh, you know what, that block didn't work for me, so I need to move that stuff to feel better, to have more space, to have more stuff in my life, some more peace in my life. So I'm going to link the sticky notes from Amazon in the comments. So you guys can grab them. I love them. I also use the erasable friction highlighters because then I can go through and like actually erase pieces, which I love, and make my lines really clean. So I'll link that stuff in the bottom. If you have any questions, let me know. This is all covered in my balanced schedule training. So the free training that I offer for balanced scheduling walks you through this entire process from start to finish, where you're prioritizing yourself, prioritizing your self-care, and then seeing where and how your business fits in. So I'll also link that free course on the bottom in case you are not in it. All right, guys, so have a fabulous day, and we'll see you later.